Yo, have you ever wondered why some people keep winning no matter what life throws at them, while others just remain stuck in the same place year after year? It's not due to genetics or luck. It's due to the fact that those people walk around with their brains programmed for success. Meanwhile, other people walk around with their minds wired for failure. And let me hit you with this. If you only knew how powerful your brain was, you would never think another negative thought again. That's how it is. Your brain is the autopilot machine. And if you're feeding it doubt, self-sabotage, and excuses, you're programming yourself to stay average. I'm currently reading Napoleon Hill's Outwitting the Devil. And in this book, it speaks on how the mind acts upon one's most dominant and most pronounced thoughts. And there's no escaping this fact. Be careful what you set your heart upon, for it shall surely be yours. So today, I'm giving you the blueprint on how to flip the script on your subconscious so you could start attracting wins like it's second nature. All right, let's get into it. So there was a time I didn't believe I could win. I was doubting myself, I was moving small, and I was sabotaging my own success without even realizing it. I had the ambition, but my subconscious identity was holding me back. And you know what? That's most people. You think you're grinding, but your subconscious still identifies as broke, unworthy, and average. You're trying to level up, but deep down you're still walking around with the mentality of the old you. Now, if we reference the book one more time, it speaks on this. It says, "You are entitled to know that two entities occupy your body as well as the body of every person on this earth. One entity motivated by fear and the other motivated by faith. Call this faith entity your other self, which has no limitations and has no fears and recognizes no such words as impossible. Keep the door of your mind tightly closed to the thoughts that enforce the fear entity." All right? So understand, y'all, that until you change that programming, you're gonna remain the same. So if you're ready to reprogram your mind and step into that elite version of yourself, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into the game. Okay, so let's break this down, right? The science behind subconscious programming. Your subconscious mind is like the operating system of your life. It's running in the background 24/7, controlling 95% of your thoughts, decisions, and actions. But here's where it gets different, right? Your subconscious don't know the difference between reality and imagination. That means whatever you tell it, positive or negative, it accepts as truth. That's why when you consistently say, "I'm broke," "I'm unlucky," or "I can't do this," you're wiring your brain to make it your reality. You're giving your conscience a script to follow, and it obeys without question. The good news is the same rule also applies to positive auto-suggestion. When you repeatedly tell yourself, "I am confident," "I am successful," or "I attract abundance," you're reprogramming your mind to manifest it. So let me repeat, if you only knew how powerful your brain was, you'd never think another negative thought again, because every thought you repeat is shaping your future reality. Moving on, we're gonna speak on how habits shape your identity. Now here's where the rubber meets the road. Your habits are the votes that you cast for your identity. Every time you wake up early, hit the gym, and invest in yourself, you're casting a vote for the highest level version of yourself. But every time you hit snooze, scroll mindlessly, or slack off, you're casting a vote for the mediocre version of you. And most people don't even realize this. Your subconscious doesn't care about your goals. It only cares about your habits. So if your daily habits scream lazy, your subconscious locks in that identity, no matter how badly you want success. So if you want to reprogram your mind, you got to start casting votes for the future version of you, one small win at a time. Because identity is built through repetition, not motivation. Now let's talk about affirmation techniques, the ones that actually work, not that other bullshit. We're gonna get into some practical game on how to reprogram your mind with affirmations. First off, let me say this. Affirmations only work when they're tied to action. If you're constantly saying, "I am wealthy," while sitting on the couch doing nothing, you're lying to yourself. And that's why affirmations get a bad rep. Keep it a bean. You're doing all this wishy-washy, "Oh, if I think long and hard about it and I click my heels 3 times, it's gonna come my way." That's not how it works. The secret is to tie your affirmations to an action. Instead of saying, "I am successful," say, "I am a person who shows up every day and makes shit happen." Because when you consistently act on your affirmations, your subconscious starts to believe that it's true. And I encourage you to try this for yourself In the morning, start with 5 to 10 affirmations and really sit and feel the emotions behind them. And when you speak these affirmations, it's always in the present tense, not the future. You say, I am disciplined instead of I will be disciplined, all right? The important thing here, you guys, is repetition. Repetition is key. Your subconscious learns through repetition. So say these words daily. Consistency reprograms the mind. Moving on, you guys, we're gonna talk about visualization for unshakable confidence. This is the most powerful reprogramming tool I'm going to put you onto. Your brain don't know the difference between real memories and an imagined one. That means if you visualize success vividly and repeatedly, your brain starts to accept it as reality. So take time to close your eyes every day and visualize your future self. See yourself winning, closing deals, walking with confidence, and living the life that you want. So really visualize, feel it, smell it, hear it. The more details, the better. And when you do this consistently, your subconscious aligns itself with that image. You start making the right moves without even thinking about it. Now, moreover, I want to stress the importance of intentional content consumption. Now, let me hit you with something that most people overlook. If you're trying to reprogram your subconscious, but you're constantly filling your brain with content that doesn't serve you, you're basically pouring gasoline on a fire you're trying to put out. Think about it. Think about what I just said. Your subconscious doesn't have a filter. It doesn't think, oh, this is just entertainment. It absorbs everything. So when you're constantly feeding it with toxic, low-value content, guess what? That is what you start to visualize and replicate. Y'all ever binge watch some dumb reality show or scroll through toxic gossip? And the next thing you know, you're thinking about that nonsense all day. That's not by accident. Your brain is going to replay the last bit of content you consume, whether it serves you or not. Now you're probably wondering, Tay, why does the content I watch affect my programming? Your subconscious is always recording, whether you're actively focusing or you're passively scrolling. Your brain is soaking it in. Now, content creates mental real estate. If you're constantly watching drama, gossip, and toxic garbage, you're wasting space in your brain on stuff that doesn't even move you forward. What you see is what you believe. You ever notice that when you watch motivational content, you start to feel inspired? That's because your brain starts to picture and visualize the possibilities. But when you binge watch nonsense, your brain replays that nonsense instead. That's why you gotta be militant with the content that you consume. If you wanna visualize yourself winning, you need to be surrounding yourself with winning content. Now here's a quick exercise that will immediately upgrade your subconscious programming. Audit your content. Ask yourself, is the content I'm consuming actively helping me build the life that I envision? Or is it just numbing yourself and keeping you distracted? Because here's the truth. You're either programming your mind for success or you're allowing the world to program it for mediocrity. Now, when it comes to educational content, watch interviews, documentaries, and long-form discussions that expand your mind's perspectives and sharpen your skills. You can even watch success stories. Fill your brain with stories of other people who overcame the odds. Let their victories become a part of your mental landscape. And of course, we have audiobooks and podcasts. Listen to these while you're at the gym or even when you're driving. Allow inspiring content to replace the mental trash that most people absorb on the daily. And here's the real gem. Don't just consume, but visualize while you consume. When you're watching a documentary about an elite athlete or an entrepreneur, see yourself in their shoes. When you hear about their success, imagine that being your reality. Because the more you do this, the more your brain accepts that as possible for you. That's how you start rewiring your subconscious to expect success instead of just fantasizing about it. Listen, you've been walking around with a mediocre mindset for too long. You're better than that. It's time to reprogram your subconscious and start moving like the version of you that wins on autopilot. So here's your mission. Start affirming daily. Visualize your success and cast votes for the best version of you. Stop thinking like the old you and step into your new identity. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and let me know which one of these subconscious habits you're rewiring starting today. All right, let's get it. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Later.